once raucous, deafening Taichung Intercontinental Baseball Stadium has gone silent as Chinese Taipei goes to the bullpen yet again here in the 6th.
Good answer too. We asked sure enough, 9-1, definitely did that.
Che Yuan Wu is the new arm into the game in his home ballpark. CTBC Brothers pitcher, as you can see, some versatility, 34 games last year, 15 of those out of the rotation.
Yeah, you see some of those good numbers that, look, 6 seasons, a 3.95 ERA, but he was a replacement. It's the guy who, the strikeout numbers, he gets a lot of contact against him. One of the lowest strikeout rates. Replacing another pitcher, Sang Jan Ho, on this roster. Get some mop-up duty right now.
Yeah, Jen Ho Tang removed due to lower back tightness as this one is laced back up the middle. That's into center field for a base hit, and it could bring home that 10-run margin. It will. It's a 2-run single for Erasmo Caballero, and Panama has a 10-run lead here in the 6th. It's 11-1.
Tyler, we were not expecting this. We've said it multiple times now coming into this. We thought the Chinese Taipei could be that sneaky good team, upset someone, and they still can too. Look, this is only game 1. Mentioned the Czech Republic during those qualifiers. This is, sometimes it unravels just like this. We've got to regroup. We've got the day off tomorrow. Come back and figure things out.
And on the flip side, man, what a performance by Luis Ortiz's group. And it hasn't just been, they've run into a few, they've gotten some big hits in big spots. I mean, this has just been methodical. And now a grounder kicked out at second, 4-6-3. They do turn the double play. Castillo is retired. But Ruben Tejada is into third as a potential additional run to this 10-run lead. And Panama has now batted around here in the 6th as Jose Caballero, who led off this inning over a half hour ago, steps into the batter's box.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the offense too, but what about some of the at-bats early on? I mean, tough matchup they had. The starting pitcher, who? And they had some good at-bats that get him in that situation. They grinded him down. They decided to keep his starter out there, lengthen him out. 60-plus pitches. Looked like he was absolutely gassed. But that comes from Panama with those good at-bats, those deep 3-2 counts every time out.
Panama sent all 9 to the plate in the top of the 4th inning, scored 5 times. 10 men to the plate here in the 6th. Now, I know we had this conversation in Regensburg or Panama City. Batting around. Is that sending 9 guys to the plate or 10 guys to the plate?
What did I say, 9? I said 9.
Down the right field line. And that will do it. But Panama plates 6 more. Some news items from around the start of the 2023 World Baseball Classic tomorrow. Australia and Korea kick off Pool B from the Tokyo Dome. It's a little ways northeast of here. The United States behind Captain Mike Trout set to roll against a really intriguing Great Britain team from Phoenix coming up on March 11th. And Pool D, the group of death, if you will, in this 2023 Classic, set to get started in Miami. First pitch swinging here in the top half of the 7th inning, 1 up, 1 down. Ariel Santa Maria flying out. His first time retired today. Gadio with a double in the 3rd inning. Double to get his team on the board. Later scored a run in the 4th. Actually, to add to that 4th inning, I should say. To get that scoring started, and then a walk and a run scored in the 6th for him. Panama with a 9-run lead right now. If they can add another one and close out the bottom of the 7th without letting that lead dwindle under double digits, this game would wrap up as a shot in the air to right field is down for a base hit. Alan Córdoba has his first hit of the night, on for the second straight time after reaching on an error last inning. In their first 2 trips to the main tournament, and Luis Ortiz, you can see emphatically giving his guy the go sign. Alan Córdoba.
We had a good shot of it. You hear the crowd too. This is how engaged this crowd is and how switched on they are. They're booing right now. This is rare to hear boos, by the way, in Taiwan. They're so respectful to, doesn't matter if it's the opposing team. They kind of understand. Obviously, it's that unwritten rule of you don't take off, steal a bag when you're up by this many runs. But the early termination, you save pitches as well.
There's a swing and a shot in the air to center field, and racing over. Zhejian Chen will have to play that one out on the warning track as he took kind of a shallow angle to that ball, and Alan Córdoba scores easily from second base, and it is back to a 10-run lead now at 12-2. And Ryan, we talked about this a lot in the qualifiers as well. The run totals are really important too, because if it does come down to tiebreakers, the amount of runs that you have scored will factor into potentially determining who moves on to the quarterfinals. So yeah, it is rough to see somebody stealing against your team when you're down 9, but these are all very important runs.
Yeah, I was never a fan. I mean, I get it. I mean, if you're up by a bunch, look, all right, don't be stealing bags if it's regular season, but when it's tournament style baseball, absolutely, gloves are off. Luis Ortiz, go for it, steal those bases. But you make a great point, something you don't think about. When you're playing a round robin format, runs for and against are big, crucial elements when you do have those tied up. You see it right here again. Look, he's telling him, take off, let's go.
Even I would be able to understand that that's the sign to go in that circumstance. Alan Córdoba making things happen with his legs. Christian Betancourt retired. You can tell that all these guys, I think, are getting to a point, especially for Panama, having to turn around and play 14 hours from now, 13 and a half hours from now. Panama wants this game over with. Get back to the hotel, 100%. Get some sleep. That was the early start of the steal signal, and then Luis Ortiz, go! Yeah, you certainly understand the frustration or the offense taken by these Chinese Taipei fans, but in a tournament format like this, all of these runs hugely important, and especially to get to a stage where when you do have to turn around 13 and a half hours from now, you can try to wrap this thing up early. Plus the pitcher restrictions, you're going to be able to save an arm or two perhaps by not playing the 8th or 9th if you can close this out in the 7th.
Yeah, we've already seen on display, it doesn't matter who you start in these games. You can see him having a chat about it. And look at this, 50-plus pitches thrown, 4 days rest. Essentially, you are done for pool play. Put it that way. I mean, we've seen some of the pitchers already out for the rest of this pool play because they've gone 50-plus pitches. Fair play is such a factor, 65 maximum.
Jose Ramos foul ground first base side. Yu Chang over there to make the grab, and that'll do it for the top half of the 7th inning. It's stretch time here in Taichung. Panama back out in front by 10.